You're watching ChillyBoy Productions. I'm Larry ChillyBoy Chilson, and this is my review for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Now, before we get into this review, make sure to go ahead and click that subscribe button down below so that you can chill with me on each and every one of my latest videos. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is a 2022 comic book adaptation action sci-fi film directed by Ryan Coogler. After the death of beloved King T'Challa, the rest of Wakanda must come together to ward off advancing threats from the rest of the outside world when a new threat emerges from under the sea to once again oppose their kingdom. So, like much of the world, while I was highly anticipating a second Black Panther film, I was also really nervous, scared, trepidatious, headed into this viewing, just based on all of these hurdles that Ryan Coogler and company have had to overcome in production. Obviously, we all mourned the death of Chadwick Boseman, and it heavily affected Coogler and the making of this film. Add to that some other issues with COVID and vaccines interrupting the filming schedule. We had a lot of creative stuff going on behind the scenes. There was a lot really impending Black Panther 2 from reaching movie theaters and our eyeballs. Then that trailer came out and blew me away. Literally one of the best movie trailers I've seen in years. It was that freaking good. So my faith was restored, my excitement was regained, and I was so excited for Wakanda Forever. Not to mention, picked up my nice little nifty popcorn bucket from AMC. You know how we do around here. We're always getting these popcorn buckets, and now they're really starting to light them up over at AMC. Oh, so cool. I'm so happy to report that I loved Wakanda Forever. What a fantastic film and an amazing follow up to one of my favorite MCU films still to date. So let's go ahead and talk about the positives first. I have to give it up to Ryan Coogler because the film is absolutely stunning. It sits right up there with the likes of Eternals as the most gorgeous Marvel film to date. Oh, the direction is absolutely breathtaking. The cinematography is stunning. Everything about this movie is just visual masterclass. I also really enjoyed the story. I know it was very controversial to kill off T'Challa instead of recasting him after Boseman's unfortunate passing, but I thought the film handled it so well. The film is somewhat bookended by the presence of T'Challa being a heavy factor, but throughout the rest of the film, I think they do a great job of setting up all of our other characters, giving them the agency they need in this world, while still giving honor to Chadwick himself. But I loved the story. I thought the script was fantastic and the story itself was really strong. It was great getting to see a bunch of women of color come into their own and take actual center stage of this film, whether it be Angela Bassett's Ramonda, Letitia Wright's Shuri, or Okoye, even someone like Okoye or Riri Williams. So many Black women get to step into that forefront without any male character being the actual lead. And I thought that was amazing, an amazing feat for the MCU, a first of its kind. Speaking of those amazing actresses, oh, what a group of performances. Letitia Wright, she made a lot of us quite upset with some of her comments and who she chose to retweet and the types of content creators she put some sort of credence and support behind. But putting all of that aside, she's great in the film. And I'm glad to see Shuri get to shine like she does here. And Wright does deliver quite a great performance. Angela Bassett, oh, she is stellar in this role. So nice to see Ramonda get more to do in this film. And Angela Bassett, of course, is right there to deliver. Denai Guerrera, oh, an amazing performance from her as well. We're used to the toughness, we're used to the action star, but she's able to give a lot of layers here that I wasn't necessarily anticipating, but it's so good. And then introducing Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams, who was just a shining light of the film. She's so funny and effervescent. Tenoch Huerta is great in this movie as Namor. And honestly, Namor is a positive in and of himself. What a presence, what a costume choice and design. And the entire setup of the culture is fantastic. As a Latino myself, getting this world filled with people from Latin America who are descendants of our people, this whole other world of fantastical beings is amazing. I loved Talokan. The entire mythology behind it I thought was really fantastic. The action set pieces are great, and I thought the overall conflict was really interesting. I spoke of the costumes when it came to Namor, but once again, the costumes are out of this world. Amazing. The set design is just as good as that first film, and the original score blew my mind. It was just so good. So then, what doesn't work so well when it comes to Wakanda Forever? Well, I have to say, my biggest complaint would be the motivation of Namor. So they set him up to be another really complex and empathetic villain, much like they did with Killmonger in the first film. So all of the setup is there. They lay this great groundwork where you can understand him, but then the tipping point with Namor is a little surface level, a little bit too generic. Once he gets his speech and reveals the plan and all of that villain stuff, it went to stereotypical villain, and it kind of carried out through the rest of the film, being a lot more just straight up villainy. And I was disappointed with that choice because there were so many interesting ideas there. And Ryan Coogler is usually so good at mining that. We bring it back around with this beautiful parallel scene near the end of the movie, refocuses Namor and Telekan with Wakanda. But I wish they had kept Namor feeling a lot more three-dimensional rather than just kind of going into straight up villain mode. I do also think it's just a tad bit too long. Walking in at 2 hours and 41 minutes, there certainly is material here to keep that runtime going. I don't think I was actually bored. However, as we work through the latter parts of the film, you start to feel that runtime just a tad too often. Overall, I absolutely adored Wakanda Forever. I have to say, I went in knowing it was going to be an emotional experience, and the Marvel Studios title card almost got me right off the bat. It's a dedication, and it's so beautiful. This film plays out like a dedication while also delivering fans of this universe and of these characters something fresh to build upon and a gratifying experience in the movie theater. It's action packed, it's beautifully crafted, it's emotional, it's everything you want out of an impactful blockbuster. And if you see the film, obviously it's Marvel. There is a mid credit sequence. However, there is not a post credit. So you only have one scene to stay through the credits for. But I loved this film. I think if you enjoyed the first Black Panther, you also are going to love this film. There's so many people of color doing so many amazing things. This beautiful blend of cultures that takes place. Oh, there's this beautiful blend of cultures that takes place that I fell in love with watching this. I cannot wait to revisit Wakanda Forever. Obviously, this gets a full price recommendation from me. So that is my review for Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, click like down below and subscribe to the channel so that you are always up to date on all of my latest videos. Also, join in on the discussion. Have you seen Wakanda Forever? If you have, let me know your thoughts either in the comment section down below, or you can hit me up on Twitter. I love you all so much for your continued support. Mwah! Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.